Good morning, Soul Family. Thinking of this song. You don't know what you've got until it's gone. Look at this. Don't want to miss out on this. You spend so much time thinking about the good old days, not realizing these are the good old days. Spend so much time wanting to go back or go ahead that you aren't living in the present moment, enjoying what we have in front of us right now. I know I'm going to be moving from this place, and this is incredible. I've never taken for granted where I have lived. I've loved it in Sturgeon Bay, I loved it in Sedona, and I love it here. Someday soon your whole life is going to change, and you're going to miss the magic of these good old days. You know, I focused on the beginning part of the song where it was saying, I wish that I had put that bottle back, you know? I wish that I had asked that girl out on that date. I wish I hadn't spent so much time worrying about what other people thought and gone after what I wanted. And now I look back and I was so busy trying to get ahead and get to be to this place of success that I was so focused on that I missed so much of what was in front of me. So the message is that we need to enjoy our present moment. And because we're not going to get it back, it goes away. So what we have right now is this, and it's beautiful. And we got to be grateful for it and enjoy the time that we have, because you turn around, you blink your eyes, and your kids are growing up. All of a sudden, you're 55 years old. And it's like, wow, where did life go? You know? Don't waste your time regretting what you don't have in front of you. Don't waste your time chasing after someone who doesn't see the value in you. Or wanting something or hoping for something that isn't there. It's not there because it's not supposed to be there. They aren't there because they're not in your highest good. It's a protection. We don't realize that until later. We look back and we think, oh, thank you, God. All those nights and days that I spent crying over wanting this or wanting that. And then you look back and you realize, damn, if I'd gotten that, it would have been a complete nightmare. I would have been miserable. Look what I have. My mama's boy. Hi. Want to say hi to everybody? Why are you acting funny? Hi, honey. Hi. Isn't he beautiful? And look at my little chicken. Hi. Hi. She says, I think Lily is so much an owl and so used to seeing things at night that she has a difficult time seeing things during the day. And I think that represents me. I spend so much time in my spirit, in my dreams, in my highest self that, you know, I have to be brought back to earth. That's why Spirit's always talking to me about getting grounded. And that's why it's so important for me to stay outside. This is what she wants. Look at these treats. I just got them. Okay. Okay. And he's so heavy that he only gets a couple. But he doesn't know she gets a lot more. Come here. My animals are spoiled. Even my fish. But I enjoy this, you know. These are things that are important. And if you're able to have these little things in your life, it doesn't cost a lot to bring life into your home. You know, like for me, my ex-husband, when I first started dating him, I went into his home and every plant in his house was plastic. That should have been a message to me. Come here. I wanted the real thing. It's so interesting. He was focused on the plastic, and he was. But you just get a couple sprigs of pothos, stick it in water, and they grow. Look how beautiful it brings life. It brings air into your home. It regenerates. It's beautiful. It's a reminder of things growing. You want things to be growing. You know, even if you're in the desert. This is really, really hot, this window. And what do I have growing in here? Aloe vera. They were little tiny babies, and I brought them in. Plants everywhere. The fish, it's not a big deal. It's a little bit of work. Like right now, Merlin needs his tank cleaned, but hi, honey chicken. You've got food, you've got water. Oh, maybe not. Also, while I'm doing this, animals. If you do have your animals, or even yourself, make sure that you're drinking proper water. Spirit's telling me that. He was giving me information about that just now when I looked down at his water dish. But don't just fill the water dish up. And look at, I always put a quartz crystal with an intention, and it's a heart. My intention is health, happiness, and harmony. And it goes in their water. And it's Reiki charged, and it's charged under the full moon. And That's what they take in. That is my intention for them. Look at that. Peace, love. Love it. But it's also a reminder for myself that I need to have a lot of fresh, clean water. And think about that. I'm going to put you guys down while I'm talking. Water is emotion, right? We don't want stagnant emotion. We don't want, we clean our water bottles out. We don't keep refilling them without cleaning them out. We shouldn't anyway, because algae grows in them, bacteria grows in them. It's not in our highest good. So we clean things out before we refill it. So we'll clean out whatever stagnant emotion we have. I was doing a lot of cord cutting and clearing because I woke up I had weird dreams. And I didn't wake up like myself. And I didn't want it. So I started talking to our Father right away. And I said, I don't know what else I can do in this situation. Can you show me what else I can do? Because I'm feeling like I'm losing faith in what I was shown as coming. And I'm not quite sure what else I'm meant to do. And so, if you could show me. And so instantly, I got a message. And it said, expect miracles. And I said, okay, I will. So, if I'm to expect a miracle, I can't perform a miracle. Now, I can assist, but I can't cure someone from cancer. I can't perform a miracle, but God can, my Father can, the angels can, right? Nothing is beyond their scope. We call it a miracle because we don't see how it's going to come about. So then I knew that my highest good, the next thing for me to do would be to begin reciting my positive affirmations. And my positive affirmations are going to back up what Spirit has already said to me. And I already know. This, for myself and my all of my clients, I'm known for positive affirmations and the messages from our animals. So the first message that came was the ladybugs. And that was about expect a miracle, right? And ladybugs mean wishes to be fulfilled. However, the message from Ladybug is, yes, your wishes are going to be fulfilled, but not through any force of your own. It's basically, as we were shown yesterday, the wheel is moving forward, and that is Spirit moving forward. We take our hands off the wheel. You know that country song? What is her name? I love her. Carrie Underwood? Jesus, take the wheel? Father, take the wheel. It's out of your hands. You've done. So basically my message is you've done everything you're supposed to do. You stay on your spiritual path. You're feeling discouraged because you're not seeing maybe the results of what you want to see happen. But you've wanted a lot of things to happen in your life. And years later, sometimes it doesn't even take years, you've looked back and you've realized, oh my God, thank you for not answering that prayer. I realize now that it was a form of protection. Well, it's always a form of protection. Even if something is coming to you and it is in your highest good, it's not there yet because it's not in your highest good right now. If it's a job or if it's a situation or if it's a person, the time isn't right because they're not ready or you're not ready or it's not ready, and it would cause you more difficulty. So Spirit is saying, look, don't be angry at us. Don't be discouraged. Don't be upset. We're doing this for your highest good. We know what's in your highest good. We know what you need. And your wishes will be fulfilled. They just may not be fulfilled the way you think at this time. So I was thinking about, hold on, let me see. I wanted to show you. I've got so many posts see, here's the post that I saw. It popped up immediately as soon as I asked that. Expect miracles. Now, what's interesting is the ladybugs, there's 3 ladybugs, full circle, completion. Ascended masters are working with you. Now, count the spots on the ladybugs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're on the right path and it will exceed your expectations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A significant change is occurring in your life, always for the better. Good idea to call upon Spirit for help with these changes. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are angels everywhere around you. You are completely guided, protected, and loved. There is no reason for fear. These little wishes are going with umbrellas because there's a lot of heavy emotion right now. And you need to realize that the tears are beneficial. They're washing things clean. They're cleaning away what's no longer necessary. It's kind of like washing out my water bottle, right? They're protecting themselves. So you're being asked to put up a shield of protection, but also cleanse your own inner thoughts, because it could be you that's polluting, that needs to be washed off. All this stuff coming off here is coming off of the pathway, yes. Maybe you need to take that umbrella down. I don't use an umbrella in the rain. I dance in the rain. Allow it to wash over you, metaphorically, right? That's what's going on. Now, heavy emotion could be joyful. This looks like a spring rain. It's fresh, it's clean, it's glowing, growing, right? Another confirmation, 1, 2, 3, 4 angels. They are assisting you. And repeated, the 3. You have come full circle. There's an aspect of your life that has come to completion. And there may be tears of sadness. There may be tears of joy. There may be relief. There may be some sort of sorrow and regret. But continue to move forward on your spiritual path, and your path will be illuminated for you. Keep moving forward and expect miraculous solutions. I'll give myself a like, because what I said was, in exchange for this, I said I was talking to our Father. I was feeling discouraged, losing faith in what I've been shown is coming. I didn't know what more I could do to help the situation. I asked if he could do something to help encourage me. Oh, you don't have to read that. You can look over here. It's prettier. Or show me what I could do to affect change for the better for all. Now I'm very focused when I speak, and I'm very careful. And look at my little hummingbird. You will accomplish what may seem impossible to yourself and others. I'm very careful when I speak my words. And I was talking to a client yesterday, working with her, and she was saying what her intention was, but she wasn't saying it. I know what she was trying to say, but she wasn't saying it in a positive way. And she wasn't being specific. And I said, you need to be very specific, because what intention you set out into the world, the words that you speak are your intentions. They are a silent prayer. That's why when we are feeling negative and we're in a negative space, we have to quickly realign ourselves and reassess the situation and do damage control with ourselves, because we don't want those arrows of desires to be sent out into the world, into the universe, echoing energetically through the universe, pulling towards us through the law of attraction, things that we don't actually truly want, because we were upset, because we were frustrated. We let it go and we move on, and then we wonder why these things come forward. Well, you were asking for it. You kept saying it. It's funny, remember when you were in elementary school, if something bad happened and you were mad about it later, and the response was, you asked for it. You asked for it. Well, the truth of the matter is, you did. You did ask for it. Instead of, if somebody comes to you, there's so many messages, I don't even know how to get them all out. Let me finish this off. We asked for it. Let me just finish this off, and I'll go back to that. What I have said in seconds later is I saw the message, so that was my answer. Expect miracles. So I will expect miracles. I know that nothing is beyond Spirit's capabilities. Thank you for such a quick response. You really do know when we need to see something now. Now, I didn't get what I wanted, but I got that Spirit was listening to me, and they were telling me what I could do to hold on, to make it through yet another, get through this period of negative thinking that I was holding on to. So you really do know when we need to see something now. And I will once again adjust my thoughts to the positive and begin reciting positive affirmations, beginning with, I expect a miraculous resolution to this situation. Thank you in advance for opening the hearts of all involved and for bringing things to a peaceful and harmonious conclusion. Now, a peaceful, harmonious conclusion or a resolution doesn't mean that you're going to get the job, doesn't mean you are going to move where you thought, doesn't mean you're going to get together with this person, doesn't mean that things are going to move forward in that particular way that you thought. You're asking for harmony and peace, and for it to be resolved in a comfortable, loving way. And that's what Spirit's promising. It will be resolved in a comfortable way. Sometimes you don't get an apology. Sometimes you don't even get an answer from someone else. But you have to choose to resolve this in a harmonious, loving way. I choose to release this. I choose to not hold on to this energy. So however Spirit brings it forward to you, it will be resolved. Now, going back to you get what you're asking for. Oh, Lord, will I forget? No. So yesterday I was talking a lot about the dreams that I watched, right, 4 years ago, and how there was this person who, these two people that knew each other in school. Remember the story? And how the one person had gone away and the other person had gone away, and then they had come back together, and the one person said, did you did you get my call? And I said no. And it's interesting because the dream I was watching in third person, and then I became first person. And I said, no, I didn't. What I didn't tell you was I didn't want them to know that I had heard the information that was given to them, because I knew that they would be upset by what they had been told. They had been told, leave her alone. You're only going to hurt her. Besides, she's in love with, and they named another person. And as I watched this in my dream, I said, no, I'm not. Don't say that, because it wasn't the truth. But this person had a great insecurity about that other person. And it would have caused a huge problem. And I knew it hurt that person. So when the person said to me, did you not get my call? I called you. And I said no. So because I didn't want them to be hurt, I didn't want them to know that I'd heard that. But I look back now, and I'm looking at things differently. That person was energetically wanting me to know what was said, what was done. I was energetically connecting, and the question was, didn't you get it? And the answer, I lied. And the truth of the matter was, yes, I did get the call. I did hear what was said in the background, and I answered. I responded. Didn't you hear my response? If you didn't, we weren't connecting energetically. There's a reason for that, because we were vibrationally not in sync. Now, remember when I came back later, when he came back, and we were walking through the Rainforest Cafe, I was walking with my head down. I was not looking up. I was not seeing something. I didn't feel worthy, I thought at the time, but now I wasn't seeing something. I saw two other children sitting at a tall table. And they were given the tiger. The tiger message, I didn't know for a very long time, was basically the message that we have. Katy Perry's song, The Eye of the Tiger. And all this time I've been speaking to you, I've been fiddling with this tiger's eye. And look at it. Doesn't it look like the tiger of an eye of a big cat? I've been fiddling with that. I've got the eye of the tiger. I'm a fighter, and I'm dancing through the fire because I'm a champion. And you're going to hear me roar louder than a lion. So it was my strength that was being handed. Now, it wasn't being handed to me. It was handed to the boy. He needed to find his own courage and his own strength to overcome the lion, whoever the lion was in his life. And when I turned to look at the person, no. And then they gave us the card that says, Wild Jungle. You know what time what that means? No, what does it mean? Time to go on safari. You go into the jungle, whatever that represents for you. But then I turned and I looked and I saw another man I thought it was a man, sitting at a table, with a dark blue vintage military style jacket. I couldn't see their face. Their face was blurred out. They didn't show me who they were. A military person, somebody in charge, somebody in control, somebody who was honorable because they had medals on their shoulders and on their chest. They were adorned. They were, I'm thinking of the King of Swords. Remember in our dream, our messages, we were getting that the King of Swords, somebody who was to do with the law, somebody who was to do with justice, somebody who to do with, that was going to help us, that was coming forward. And we also were shown that there was somebody in our weekly reading that was going to come forward and want to embrace us and carry us and hold us and help us so that we would be allowed to rest, so that we could put it into their arms for a time. We could allow them to carry us for a while. And see, at the time and I said, oh my God, it was you all along, wasn't it? Well, there's two different things that are coming to me with that message. We know that somebody was going to come forward with an apology for something. If you're going to apologize to someone, don't show up as the King of Swords. The King of Swords is just and fair, but he can be very, very cutting, and he can be very, very harsh. He's known for that. No emotion. And we spoke about, yes, that person is very protective. That warrior, that Cherokee warrior. He has a peace pipe, but he's got that big stick. And even though he does have love in his heart, he's not expressing it with his face. Now, when you're in emotional situations, you may not be connecting very clearly. So I can't read your heart. I can't read your mind. Now, if I'm in a really balanced state, I am able to read you. I'm very good at that, actually. But some people aren't able to read others. And remember, the man yesterday said, one thing that our wives need to know, or women need to know, is that we love them, that we have deep love in our heart. We just don't know how to express it. Well, this, if ever there was a time for you to express yourself, it would be now. If you have done something to hurt somebody and you're coming with an apology, don't come as a king of swords. Don't come with a straight face. Don't come with excuses. Come with sincerity. Come humbly, like the Grail Knight, down on your knee, with humility. I'm sorry that I hurt you. I'm not perfect. I'm not making excuses for my behavior. This is what happened. And I'm so sorry that I hurt you. And the person who receives the apology needs to also respond, not react. That's why Spirit says we need to step back, possibly, give this person a little bit of time to breathe. Well, there was another part of the dream. When I looked at that person and I said, wow, it was you all along, wasn't it? That could have been referring to Spirit. Who else is protective? Who else would be wearing a royal blue military-style jacket but Archangel Michael? Adorned, there for my protection. You were there all along, weren't you? Yes, I was. Don't give credit to some human that wasn't actually there. If they were there all along, you would have seen them. You would have heard them. They weren't there. But Spirit has never left our side. Because there was the next part of the dream. And that person that had been gone away from me for so many years said to me, I don't even remember how he contacted me. I think it was an email. And he said, can we get together and talk? And my response was, I don't want to argue with you. But I hear my own tone of my voice, and that's how I sounded. I don't want to argue with you. Which meant my mind was pretty much made up. I was not happy. I had been fucked over big time. And I had been given no explanation. I had been given no kindness, no love, nothing. I had been left out in the cold, and I was hurt deeply. And the person said, can I come there and speak to you? And I said, okay, but I don't want to fight with you. I'm not putting my energy into this. I've detached. And that was that woman on the horse yesterday. That man may have been coming up, and she's got a look on her face that says, don't fuck with me. If you're coming to say something, you better have something to say. And it better be sincere, and it better be honest, and it better be in humility. It better not be you coming as a king of swords with a straight face that I have to try and read or try and figure out. I don't want to try and figure you out anymore. I'm done figuring you out. If you want to amend this situation, you need to take the steps to do so. So then the person didn't say anything to me about what had happened. They asked me, what did you see? What have you heard? Because they knew I had prophetic dreams. They knew I had visions. They knew. So I told them everything. And as we were walking, he was carrying a book with a pad of paper and pen. And I said, what, are you going to take notes and report it back to your family? Because clearly the family had come between us. And he said, I am taking notes, but no, I'm not going to report back. And I said, okay. So then I told him the story. And he said, okay. Now the part that, and at the time, see, I didn't know my own self-worth. At the time, I was satisfied with that. He came back. He heard me. So I felt like I was heard, right? But he never said anything to me. He never explained himself. He never offered an apology. Now, in all reality, I don't know if it was his fault or if it was the fault of others. However, if somebody did come between us, he should have come to me. As a friend, he should have come to me and asked me. But he didn't. So he did not respect me as his friend. He was not kind. He didn't even give me the opportunity. He made a judgment call. Now, we all make mistakes, right? And he's coming forward to rectify things, is what I thought at the time. And I was satisfied that I was heard. But as I look back today, I realize he didn't offer anything. And that's not good enough for me. And that's why Archangel Michael was sitting at the table with justice, saying, justice will be served. Karma will be balanced. Karma isn't always balanced in the way, in the situation with the same people, but justice will prevail. And so if you want to rectify the situation and come to a peaceful, harmonious, loving resolution, you need to speak your truth. It's not okay for you just to show up like you used to. Well, it was good enough before. Well, I'm warning you right now because I got this from Spirit, and I thought, I wonder if I should say something because maybe they won't come forward if something else is expected of them. Well, then if they don't, it's in my highest good. But I'm giving you fair warning right now, the opportunity to rethink your situation and rethink the approach that you were about to take. Because remember, the Osprey said, important information is pending. Stay on the alert. Stay vigilant. Even if you are in the right, pay attention. So this person may have had other reasons why this happened. But they also have an obligation to speak the truth and explain the situation. And I was a friend, or so I thought. And if you want to remain my friend or be my friends don't go away from me for 4 years and not speak to me. That's not a friend. So when you come forward to someone, you come forward in humility. I remember as a child, and even as with my own children, I always knew when my kids were lying. Always. I've always been able to read them. Except for my daughter. She could lie straight to my face and I wouldn't know it. And what's interesting is the person who told this man that I was in love with someone else, they called her or him by my daughter's name. Not because that's the situation they were trying to show me. This person was lying to his face and he wasn't able to see it. They could lie, they could look you straight in the eye and lie and you wouldn't be able to know. So he believed what they had to say. He trusted them. The problem is he trusted them over me. And he made a wrong choice. Well, maybe it was family. Maybe it was a best friend and maybe we weren't as close as they were. So at that time he made the choice, the call, I'm going to trust what you have to say. However, still, don't ever make assumptions with people. Even if it is your best friend, your mother, your brother, your sister, your lover, your wife, your husband. Don't assume, because there's always things that are up to interpretation. Someone may hear something. I can tell you, remember the oracle card, the Oracle of Delphi? And there's the oracle, and there's the high priest standing there with the notepad and paper, just like what I saw, taking notes. But you have to be careful, because she's hearing it from Spirit, and then she's telling you. By the time it goes down the chain, it depends on what mood she was in. It depends on how she understood it. It depends on your mood and how you understood it. Everything we hear, everything that comes to us, we are affected by what has come before in our life. We may have had a jaded perspective. My person in my life truly had a jaded perspective. They have been hurt before by someone else. And so that hurt them immediately, and they chose to shut down, not trust me, get angry with me, and disappear from my life. And it was all unfair, because I didn't do what I was accused of, and I wasn't in love with someone else. I was in love with that person. And I had remained loyal to that person and have for the last 4 years. But no more. My loyalty is to myself. I treat myself with respect, and I am loyal to people who treat me with respect. I'm not going to give my loyalty to someone who doesn't deserve it. So these are all lessons for everyone else. It isn't just me. If you are in this position, you might want to spend a little time asking Spirit to help guide your words and help you come from a place of humility. Because as I said, when my children would lie to me, I already knew they were lying to me. And I would give them the opportunity. Just tell me. I already know. I just want to hear it from you. But they would continue to lie. They thought they were going to get in trouble. They should have known. I'm their mom. They know when I tell you, you won't be punished. You aren't going to be punished. I just want you to be honest with me. All I'm asking for is honesty and to treat me with the same respect that I am treating you with. Now, I remember as a kid, my little sister was a habitual liar, and she was horrible as far as, she was so obvious. So obvious. And it's interesting because my little sister and my daughter are very much alike. They even look alike. And it's funny how cycles go, right? Awesome, beautiful person, but afraid of getting in trouble, so lies, or doesn't want it to, or is too proud. Both very proud. So, she would get in trouble, and my dad would say, or my mother would say, "Did you do this?" Of course, she already knew that she did. And all now would come a flood of excuses. Yes, but blah, 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 blah. And Sherry did this, and Greg did this, and they said blah, blah, blah. No, sorry. Smack. Wrong answer. Did you do this? Yes. Are you sorry you did that? No words, nothing. Just like that person that came to see me. There were no words that were offered. There was no I'm sorry. Even I'm sorry you went through this, or wow, I made a bad judgment call. There was nothing extended to me. Nothing. Now, you're saying, okay, Sherry, this is just a dream. My dreams are prophetic. And every single part of the dreams of this situation over the last 4 years has come to fruition all the way up until this person coming back to me. The phone call, everything. Me walking without feeling worthy, not seeing what was in front of me. All of it has happened. I have no doubt that the rest of it will unfold. But we are also, when we get prophetic dreams, we're also given the opportunity to see things in advance. Or like right now, when I'm giving you this message from Spirit, you're seeing your situation in advance. And it's going to give you the opportunity to go, oh, wow, I need to rethink this. I'm going to have to ask for Spirit to guide my words and get very clear with, what it is that I'm wanting from this situation and how I can affect change in the most positive of ways. So I'm going to take a little time to think about this before I show up. Not because I'm afraid. I feel bad. I've got this. This is the other thing. Oh, I was feeling so bad. I felt so bad. You know what? You're making yourself the victim now. You're the one that has hurt somebody, but you're not coming forward because you're afraid of their reaction that you might get, or that you don't want to face your consequences. You're not sorry. You're not sorry. You're feeling sorry for yourself. And you not coming forward is absolute pure ego and pride. So you have not learned your lesson. So right now, I have put up a post this morning. I am currently not speaking to you. I would get the silent treatment from my mother. My daughter treats me the same. I'd rather have you yell and fight with me than give me the silent treatment. But this is a passive-aggressive movement. I'm not speaking to you. Matters of the heart are likely to get a bit sticky. Perhaps you feel as if someone is shutting off from you and being very stubborn about it. Perhaps this person is giving you the cold shoulder and refusing to acknowledge you until you crawl back with an apology. The problem is that your pride is stubborn, and your view on the matter is equally so, making any resolution difficult. Is it the distance between you? Is it worth it to keep your pride intact? You know deep down inside you both love each other. Why not drop your pride and make the effort to resolve things and get along with being happy again? So here you are, not coming forward, and you're thinking, I'm not going to go crawling to them on my hands and knees. I didn't do it. They did this, and that's why I made that decision. Well, you had a part of that. Did that person continue to reach out to you to try and ask you what was wrong? Is there anything that I could do? But you were so convinced that they had done something to hurt you that you didn't even give them the opportunity? Were you so full of ego pride or so fucked up because of things that happened in the past that you are now putting onto this person the blame for the things that other people have done to you? Wow, you need to check yourself. They have every right to be upset. However, if you humble yourself like that Grail Knight, maybe that's what that Grail Knight was doing to that woman who was going about her business. She did not have a happy look on her face. And the woman on the horse, she didn't have a happy look on her face. She was disinclined to listen. She was moving forward. Spirit held her back. Spirit pulled at her shoulder and whispered in her ear and said, give him an opportunity. The one person, did you see the difference between the two people? I'm going to use the same deck today and see what comes out. I'm going to show you the difference between the two people. And we ask ourselves why this didn't work out. Every situation we're in, we have done something. We are a part of it. We have choices. It's depend. How did we act? How did we respond? What action did we take? Okay. Here's the two cards that we were given. Okay? It's safe for you to love. New love. And see, this is the thing. You may lose the love of your life. And you may say, I will never lose what's mine. Oh, yes. What's yours won't go past you, but you have the opportunity to reject it. And if you reject it, life goes on. She's leaving. That horse is rearing. They literally, she was moving quickly. That's why Spirit said with Osprey, there's important information pending. The window of opportunity is very short. You may lose out on this opportunity, and the time to act is now. This horse is galloping out of town. This could carry a man or a woman. This palace is on fire. Remember the song, the house that burned down? A house doesn't burn down slowly. House doesn't burn down slowly. Lyrics. What's the song? It's time. It is. It is time. And it's by Imagine Dragons. Aries Dragon here, and there's literally no coincidence in that. So this is what you meant when you said that you were spent. This person is spent. This person is spent. And now it's time to build from the bottom of the pit, right to the top. Don't hold back. Packing my bags and giving the Academy a rain check. Because the Academy to me is the acting. You've been acting like a fool. You've been wearing a mask. You've been acting hurt and proud. I'm going to stop fucking around here and give the Academy a rain check. I'm packing my bags, meaning I'm coming forward. Or I'm packing my bags. I'm giving this whole show a rain check. I'm out. And the person says in their head, this one in their head, this one from their lips and from their heart. I don't ever want to let you down. I don't ever want to leave this town because after all, the city never sleeps at night. We're awake all night long. I can't sleep at night. This is on my mind so heavily. You're on my mind. I feel so bad. I've got this guilt eating me up inside. It's time to begin, isn't it? I get a little bigger, but then I'll admit I'm just the same as I was. Don't you understand? I'm never changing who I am. This is the one who has always had a difficult time expressing themselves. Hands crossed over. Proud, arrogant. You're thinking, no, that's not true. You don't know what I've been through in my life. I don't care what you've been through in your life. Do you know what I've been through in my life? You hurt me. I'm not hurting you. There's no reason for you to keep a shield of protection around you. You've hurt me. Well, I'm just the same as I ever was. I'm never changing who I am. Then I'm leaving because there's somebody else who knows how to treat me with respect. I'm disinclined to listen to this one. I'm angry. You hurt me. Look at me. You've left me in rags. I was truthful. I was honest. I've been doing my work. I've been walking my walk, talking my talk. I'm on my own here. I don't have anyone helping me. Spirit, of course, is helping me, but you haven't been here. I've had to do this without you. I sincerely apologize. I'm down on bended knee. I am the Grail Knight. The glass, the cups got broken beneath my feet, but the line in this one is not saying what this one is saying. But it's not my fault. This one is saying, I'm humble in my imperfection. I'm so sorry that I ever hurt you. Will you accept my rose of forgiveness? Whereas this one is saying, the cups got broken beneath my feet, but it's not my fault. And I'm never changing who I am. So this is where you fell, and I am left to sell. The path to heaven runs through miles of clouded hell, right to the top. Don't look back. Don't look back. Turning to rags and giving the commodities a rain check. I'd rather have this than live in your opulent splendor with your attitude and your non-expression, no communication. That is not love to me. I don't ever want to let you down. Because after all, the city never sleeps at night. I'm awake all night. This one's saying, I can't sleep. I can't do anything, but I'm not changing. This one's saying, God, I can't sleep. I feel so bad. I have to get to this person. This is the one that was trying to get on the bus ticket. Please, I've got to get there. No, the last ticket's been sold. You'll have to wait. Please, please, I must get there. I can't allow her to go on any longer this way. This one's out partying with his friends. It's time to begin, isn't it? This road never looks so lonely. This house doesn't burn down slowly to ashes. This house is burning down quickly. You have choices to make. It's time to begin, isn't it? Who do you want to be? The one who says, I'm never changing who I am? I get a little bit bigger. I grow a little bit. But you got to know I'm really never going to change who I am. Or this one, who's seen the error of his ways. First of all, maybe it wasn't his fault. Maybe somebody did. His brother lied to him and played on his emotions and his insecurity and pushed and knew what buttons to push, manipulated that one. But he didn't trust her. He didn't come to her. He didn't give her the benefit of doubt. He didn't even give her the opportunity to explain herself. He threw her out for years. She was torn. He ripped her heart to shreds. And Spirit is saying, hear him out. Slow your roll. Let him show himself. And that is why Spirit is saying, don't rush off so quickly. Not because you're waiting for this arrogant asshole. Because you're waiting to allow themselves to show themselves. This is why you don't move forward. Which means I don't call you. I'm not reaching out to you. I'm not stubborn. Like in the post this morning, she's giving me the cold shoulder, or he's giving me the cold shoulder, refusing to acknowledge me until I crawl back with an apology. I'm not crawling. That was my mother's problem her whole entire life and through their marriage and why their marriage was not successful. My mother had a really hard time apologizing. She would buy me things. That was her way of apologizing. That's why I said when somebody comes with a gift, don't come with a gift. Don't come with an expensive ring or a watch or a car or something ridiculous to extend your apology. Come with a dandelion. Literally, a buttercup. A yellow rose of friendship. A pink rose. Come with something that says, I'm sorry. Come with nothing. Just come with your truth and your honesty and humility. She will listen. Both of them. Because look, this woman is draped in red. She's very passionate. She's got fiery energy, yes, but her head is covered in purity and truth. And her breastplate and her heart is also. She rides a white horse. And this one, thrown out in the street, tattered. Her dress is blue. She speaks the truth, and she is also pure. And her head is covered, and she is humble as well. She is able to listen. They both are able to hear you out, but they're going to let you show yourself. Don't expect them to come to you. It's on you. This is your obligation. If you wish to see a harmonious, peaceful resolution and save this friendship. This could be in business matters. This could be in relationship matters, in family, in lovers, whatever it is. This is also with Spirit. Don't go to Spirit and blame them for the things that you have done that you misunderstood. Why didn't you allow this to happen? Why didn't you bring this to me? Spirit knows what's in our highest good. I've looked back. We all have looked back, if we're honest, at things that we asked for that didn't come to us and have been so grateful. And sometimes we don't tell anyone. Sometimes we're like, oh shit, man, I got out the skin of my teeth on that one. Dang. I'm not going to tell anyone because I'd feel like a complete idiot if anybody knew that I wanted that. Oh my God. This was like coming to me like I can't tell you. My head was pounding. I got up very, very early this morning and I didn't know why. My head was pounding. I had all of this going on in my head, and I know that I was probably resonating with the one who was wanting to come forward. And energetically, I know that my words have been heard energetically. And if this person is not hearing my words energetically or watching these videos, and they show up with arrogance, you know what my response will be. If they show up in humility, I'm an Aries dragon in a Pisces moon with Gemini rising. The Gemini is my Queen of Swords. That's where I speak my truth and I can be very cutting. My Aries is my passion and aggression. I can have a volcano. Remember in Hawaii? I kept getting Hawaii. Why do I keep getting Hawaii? The volcano was erupting. The streets were cracking. There could have been passion, but this is also anger. Now, we aren't supposed to come from a place of anger, but there is justifiable anger. When Jesus went into the his father's house and saw people trading and bartering and selling and making money off of his father's house of worship, he was not calm. He was angry. He threw them out and threw the money changer tables over. There was justifiable anger. There's also justifiable jealousy. Our God is jealous. He wants us worshiping no one but him. You got to think about this in all reality. Yes, we have the right to be angry. It's what we do with it and how we channel that energy. Well, I kept getting Hawaii, 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 and I didn't understand why. I'm thinking I'm moving there. No, my volcano was erupting. It was coming from down underneath. The passion was rising so I couldn't contain it anymore. And the streets were cracking. Those volcanoes, the geysers are shooting 130 feet into the air. Remember the expression of my cat, and when it needed to be fixed because he was plugged up, he wasn't able to express himself. He got surgery. He was given the tools. That was what I was being shown. That prince, that black prince, he was given the tools by spirit. This is what you need to do. Over and over, the Osprey came forward. Over and over, we've been getting the messages. Speak your truth. You were given the tools, but still he was not able to express himself, so he had to go back in for surgery. And what was interesting was he was turned into a female. His genitals were removed, and he was turned in anatomically to a female. That represented that the masculine energy, the aggressive drive, was taken away, and the feminine, loving, nurturing, gentle energy was what he was left with. That is the energy that needs to come forward. I'm going to give you one message from the Romance Angels and see what Spirit has to say. And then I'm going to ask for a message from a deck that I haven't used in a really, really long time. But I'm feeling very, very close to my animals today. My animals are my closest friends. They are. They always have been since I was a tiny child. My first cat, her name was Maria. She was a white Persian, like the little girl Maria in the Aristocats. She was beautiful. I loved her, but I was supposed to keep her a secret. I was supposed to keep it quiet, and I didn't. I told someone that I couldn't trust. I thought I could trust them. And because I told her, she told the manager, and I had to get rid of my kitten. And I know the message I'm hearing. I know that I am the white kitten. And I know that the person that I was with was supposed to keep me a secret. And told the wrong person, thought he could trust that person, and because of that he had to get rid of me. But in all reality, the truth of the matter is, no, you didn't. You allowed somebody to control you. You're an adult. You get to choose your own life path. First message. This will be a long reading, but oh wow. Oh, this is hysterical. Spirit has a sense of humor like I can't even tell you. The reason why the streets are cracking and why, as I told you when we were taking Prince to the doctors for the second surgery, actually, it was for the first surgery. I saw a geyser bursting on the side of the road, and it was about 33 feet in the air. Don't you notice? 130, 33, full circle completion, ascended masters assisting you. No coincidences. The reason that there is a bursting of emotion, heavy emotion, passion burning underneath, the reason people get so hurt and the reason they get so angry is because they love that person deeply. Why? Because this person is their soulmate. Yes, this person is your soulmate. I wouldn't be so angry if I didn't love you so much. It wouldn't have hurt me so badly if I didn't love you so much. If you didn't matter to me, I wouldn't care. I'd just brush you off and go on my way. But for 4 years, my heart has been broken. Now, if you're not a part of this scenario at all, you can take a message out of all of that, because those messages are for all of us, about forgiveness and the way you come and approach, and about not assuming, and about not listening to gossip, and about, if you love someone, you should trust them. People say that for my situation, you're crazy. This guy's a player. This guy used you. This guy threw you away. This guy blah, 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 blah. But I trusted him unconditionally. I trusted him. He asked me when he left in my dream, 2 months after he disappeared, like he came to me in a dream and he said, babe, do you trust me? He asked me 3 times. Remember the word three? 3 times. Coming full circle completion. Ascended masters were coming to me. I said yes each time he asked me. And on the 3rd time, I got angry because it insulted me. Of course I trust you. Why are you even questioning that? And he said, I got in trouble. I had to go away. I'm coming back for you. But there's been no communication. I have held on for 4 years because I trusted him, thinking maybe he can't speak to me. But Spirit's showing me different things now. And so my volcano is erupting. My streets are cracking. 4 years is my limit. But Spirit says, yes, this is your soulmate. So for you, these two love each other. We have soulmates. We have all kinds of soulmates. Soulmates come in our lives to teach us lessons. Yes, this is your soulmate. Doesn't mean you're going to be with them for the rest of your life. It doesn't mean that they're going to treat you with kindness and love and respect. My son is my soulmate. I love my son, but my son cut me out of his life. He hasn't spoken to me in 4 years because of our religious differences. Same thing with my twin. Religious differences. His family's religion. They chose their religion over their soulmate. So this is about loyalty. Are you loyal to a religion? Or are you loyal to the one you love? Clearly you don't love them. You love your religion more than you love the person in front of you. God didn't create religion, man did. Religion is a way to control you. Jesus said, I came to temper the law with love, not uphold the law. There is no law. It says, you cannot love this person because they're not of your same religion. Religion teaches that. So yes, if you're asking, is this a soulmate of mine? Yes, Spirit says in this situation, if this, it will resonate with you, you will know. You'll either get chills or get a flush. You will have a sense of knowing. We have many soulmates. This is a spiritual connection. They connect with us to teach us lessons. Some come to love us. Some come to hurt us so that we can learn what buttons are being pushed and how to heal them, how to become stronger. All of this, our whole life's path is about us. It's not about them. It's not about my twin soul. It's not about my son. It's not about my twin's family and their religion or my son's religion. It's about me. It's about you. Everything we do on this planet is about us. It's about us ascending to the highest level and becoming the best that we can be before returning back to Spirit. That's our challenge. Overcoming all of the obstacles within ourselves and with outside of us to become the best that we can be. You'll know when someone's a soulmate. You feel like you've known them forever. You instantly bond. You connect with this person. Now, if you're asking for a soulmate, I am. I said to my father, I don't even care about the whole twin flame thing. I'm so over titles, I can't even tell you. I want a loving, spiritually connected, mutually beneficial, healthy, emotionally free, financially stable, and mentally stable, compatible, adventuresome, loyal soulmate to come into my life. So if you're asking Spirit, when will I meet my soulmate? Will I ever? Spirit says yes, there will be one coming for you. A lot of times it's someone that you actually know and you don't recognize them. And maybe you didn't feel romantic towards them at first. This is my friend. I'll tell you, my son married his best friend, and he didn't marry her until he had been married and she had been married and divorced. Many, many years went by, and they realized, oh my God, she's been my best friend since we were kids. Remember the story of my dream? These two people, they knew each other in school. Well, this is the school of life. And the school of spirituality is what I take it. When we first awakened, we were in school. We were learning. We were reawakening. And we met. We've known each other since school. We've known each other since the old days. And in my dream, in actuality, what it meant was my twin said to me, "You're my friend." When I saw him in a dream with someone else, I questioned him about it. I was very upset. And he said to me, "It's you. It was you that you saw. You're my friend from the old school." Because I saw somebody who knew him really, really well. But they knew his family. I didn't know his family. So was that a lie? I don't know. But the old school, you're my friend from the old school. So these two had known each other in school. A lot of times you don't recognize that your friend, that's your soulmate. Now, is that soulmate there to test you? Is that soulmate there to help you ascend? Is your soulmate there to help you, and you them, wake up? Because I learned through this whole experience, it was excruciating and painful, but I've learned my own sense of self-worth. I've learned about boundaries. I learned what I deserve. If I am to expect someone to forgive me for my mistakes, I should be willing to forgive them for their mistakes. But they need to come forward and apologize, just like I would. That's honorable. That's a person with integrity. That is the Grail Knight. I want the Grail Knight. Who do you want? Next message is coming from, and it's our last message because this has gone on far too long, and I gotta get to work, and I gotta go get my hair highlighted today. I'm excited. Yay! Self-love. Actually, Spirit said to me I'm working way too much, that I need a break. I feel like there's a trip coming on for me. I sold my mermaid. I got several $1,000s in my hand. And my cats are happy and calm here. And I feel as though I may be going to Sedona or somewhere else. I don't know. But I know I've been working too hard. So I don't need to push myself today. So it's okay that we have a longer reading. So the deck we're working with is Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides. And it's by Stephen Farmer. The cards feel really good. This deck feels the best of all of my decks. It's got this kind of rough texture, and it's not glossy. These cards are awesome. I love this. On the outside, we see the blue heron. And I posted something on the blue heron yesterday on my page. Also, the reason this all came up was because the Lady of the Lake showed up for me yesterday. I will tell you that quickly. I'll give you her message quickly. It's about absolute truth, courage, self-respect, and responsibility. And when the Lady of the Lake represents the highest order of respect for yourself and in the manner in which you operate in the world around you, she is the harsher element of truth, where denial is swept away by a tidal wave of events. Clearly, I'm coming forward. That was the name I gave myself when I first moved here, when in my other house, Lady of the Lake. That's what I was called that. So I listened to this morning, and this is why this was burning inside of me that needed to come out. The harsher element of truth. So sometimes you have to be harsh. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So, I'm sorry. The Aries is the aggressive, fiery nature, right? The Gemini is my words, my speaking the truth. My Pisces is my gentle exterior. Because I am a dragon. I'm an Aries dragon. But I'm Puff the Magic Dragon. I'm connected to my higher self, and I have a very, very sensitive heart. I'm very, very sensitive to other people. I'm an empath. I forgive very, very easily, and I wear my heart on my sleeve. And when you hurt me, you'll be able to see. And when I love you, you'll be able to see. Everyone will. And when... Actually, you probably can read my emotions at all times. If I don't trust you, you'll know it. I don't leave things up to imagination. I speak my truth. And I show it. I am who you see. So in the ancient land of Avalon, the Lady of the Lake presented Merlin. Merlin was the magician. Merlin is the one with the owls. He's the magician. Think about the owl, the magician. You can be a magician upright or in the negative or the positive. So Merlin was brought the sword of truth by the Lady of the Lake. So it means she's coming forward to speak her truth. And that sword had been claimed by King Arthur, the High King of Britain. The magic that was in the metal of that sword was fired by the god. Consequently, when the Lady of the Lake appears, she demands nothing short of total truth and integrity. She asks you to be mindful of all the signs, signals, and omens that present themselves to you. This is not the time to second guess. If a signal appears, be assured that a challenge has been presented. Moving forward without acknowledgement of this challenge will result in unnecessary difficulties. If the signal is to move, she pushes you to act. Do so, for victory is imminent. Regardless of your question, the message is to take care when the Lady of a Lake appears, because serious business is at stake, which is what the Osprey said. Important information is pending. You will be able to dive down deep under your emotional waters. The Lady of the Lake appears as a face under the water. You will dive deep under your emotional waters, and you can emerge victorious if you follow Spirit's guidance. Serious business is at stake here. And the Lady of the Lake reminds you of your personal responsibility in shaping your reality and its consequences. Seek the sword of truth within yourself, and great success will be yours. Have courage, for when the Lady of the Lake appears, the strength of Avalon is behind you in support of your quest for wholeness and abundance. Discretion, authenticity, value, honesty, morals are all the messages of this card. Know your heart and trust your soul to lead you down the path to the highest good. Do not be distracted by the drama, but rise above it to gain a new perspective. See the signs around you as your angels and guides show you what you need to see. Have faith that your intuition is true, and that although there are lessons to be learned, compromising your own values is not an option. Listen to your gut instincts and follow the guidance that comes from within. Watch for red flags and act accordingly. Steer clear of corruption and take responsibility for the creation of your own life. If you're finding yourself in a pattern, a repeating pattern, a karmic cycle, it is something that you have created, and only you can find a way to break free. Have the courage to move forward away from what no longer serves you. Settle for nothing short of absolute truth and authenticity of yourself and of others. No more games, no more power struggles. Time to cut the cords that drain away your precious energy, leaving only love, only peace, equality, support, and kindness. Trust the true Christ consciousness, unconditional love, and acceptance. And so it is. Namaste. And that is how I came forward today. And that is what I expect, and I expect it also of myself. If this is your soulmate, and you've had a difficulty, do not come as the King of Swords or the Queen of Swords with an attitude, or you will have separation from the one you love. And it will be your choice and your consequence. And I take all of these lessons to heart as well in my own life. I am always the first to apologize. And you know what? I apologized over and over to my twin. I wrote to him over and over and said, I don't know what I've done, but whatever I've done, if I've hurt you in any way, I am so sorry. I didn't even know. But in all reality, I didn't do anything. I didn't. Not that I'm aware of. So here we go. This is perfect. This is such a perfect message. Oh, wow. Cat. Don't we love the cat? Yes, we do. Truth, growth, healing, and love. Sacral chakra and solar plexus combined. Seat of sexual energy and creativity, as well as I can do anything I set my mind to. I am worthy. I deserve respect, honor, love, and to be abundant and happy. I can do anything I set my mind to. And I will, because I know that I deserve it, because I know my own self-worth. And Spirit says, as the cat speaks about independence, balance, curiosity. But independence, domestico. So when I see that, the word domestico, this is clearly a domestic cat. So we're talking about within the family arrangement. Now, whether this is within the soul family or within your personal family, it's family. And it's time to strike out on your own and relinquish your overdependency on others. Did you not want to leave that opulent lifestyle? You knew you'd be cut off from that if you were loyal to the one you love and you chose comforts over the one you love? You wanted approval outside of yourself? It's easy to slip into that dependency on others or on stuff. It feels good. They can be simple dependencies. there can be dependencies that are healthy. Like every day I go for a power walk. I depend on that. It's good for my body. Every day I drink my chia water, right? Every day. Every day I have my smoothie. But then there's destructive dependencies, hardcore, such as drugs, alcohol, sex, overworking, gossip. You may find yourself so hooked on someone else that you always look to them to make your decisions for you. Why? Because what did Spirit say came up in our reading yesterday? The problem between you and the one in your life is because there's a problem with codependency. You are codependent. You can't make your own decisions. You're a child. You look to someone else. They are deciding your life for you. And that is what overprotective parents do to their children. They're not loving them. They're not helping them. They're making them lean on them like a crutch. And why is that? Because in all reality, they lack their own sense of self-worth. They don't have the ability to stand on their own. So they want to make the other feel like they're leaning on them, when in all reality, they are leaning on the other. And so hence this codependent relationship goes round and round. Or are you looking to your friends, or your religion, or your parents, or even your lover to validate you? I know who my twin soul is. I love them with all my heart, but I don't need your approval. I approve of myself. I work on myself. I'll take my own lessons. I don't need your approval. I said to his brother, and this is another thing that you might think, I said, I don't love him because I need him. I need him because I love him. There's a difference. And if you were a person of honor, you would understand that difference. This can be organizations too, not just religion. It can be a company. It can be whatever you have given your power to, that you are over dependent on. And this is, a lot of times, this is, habit, because you were born, like me, I was born as one of Jehovah's Witnesses. I lived according to their rules my whole life until I realized, oh my God, I'm a free moral agent. It says so in the Bible. I've been given free will. I don't have to do what you tell me to do. And it took being told that I would be disciplined for divorcing the man who molested my daughter before I realized there was something wrong, really, really wrong with this scenario. And then I followed my own soul's path and my own heart, my own integrity and honor. I don't have to go to church to be, I was taught morals, loyalty, honor, unconditional love. I was taught that as a Jehovah's Witness, and I appreciate that. But I have that within me, so I don't need them to tell me how to behave. I know how to behave. We all make mistakes, and I'm not perfect, and I am first to admit it. But when it's pointed out to me, or when I catch myself, or when Spirit smacks me, which they smack me really quick, and that's one good thing about the work that I do. I'm showing my own mistakes very quickly, and then I do whatever I can to remedy them. But I was in a habit. It was something that I was, like my son, he was raised to believe that. It's like going with blinders on. So you are maybe in a habit. You were raised this way. This codependent relationship, it's gone generation after generation. Mom rules the roost. What she says goes. If I want a happy home, I do what she says. Okay, well, if you want to forever remain under mom's thumb, you'll keep doing that, won't you? You'll keep towing the line and being miserable. So now's the time to review your choices. This is about making your own conscious decisions. Autonomous decisions. Not being caught up in being independent. Make the choices from your own heart. Maintain your own authority. 100% your own responsibility. You take responsibility for your actions, whatever you choose to do. Don't blame God. My father was told to not speak to my daughter when she ran, my little sister, when she ran away from the religion. Remember, I told you? And she didn't. He didn't for a year, and then she died. And he spent the rest of his life, and to this day, bitter and angry at the organization because they made him do that. And I told him from the day he made that choice, no one put a gun to your head. You made that choice. They told me the same thing too, but I didn't. Now I fell, and the last time I came down, I didn't go see her. I spoke to her all throughout that, so she didn't know that I chose not to see her. She didn't even know I'd been there. But that was my fatal mistake, because I never got to see her again when I made that fucked up choice by listening to someone else. Peer pressure is gnarly. Can be. I get it. It's happened to me too. I'm not judging. We've all done it. But we need to take 100% responsibility. Don't sit there and cry over spilled milk. They made me do that. No, they didn't. Nobody made you do anything. You did it. In my dreams, I was crying and I was upset, and I said to my twin, I saw him sitting with another woman. And he said something to me, and I said, "Is this your wife?" And he says, "No." And I said, I'm in a twin soul relationship. And he said, "So am I." And I said, "Why aren't you with your twin?" And he said, "I will be when it's time." And I went away and I was crying, and I said to him, I haven't slept in years. I've been crying. I've been hurting. And he looked at me and he said, "I didn't do that to you. You did it to yourself." And that's the truth as well. I'm angry that you treated me the way that you did, because I trusted you. I believed in you. I loved you. I gave you everything. I was open and honest, and I tried again and again, and I reached out and apologized over and over, but you didn't accept it. Well, what was the lesson, Sherry? Where was your self-respect? Where was your sense of self-worth? You don't need his approval. He's not the last man in the world. If you were born in Germany, you'd be dating somebody there. If you stayed in Canada, you would be dating someone there. It doesn't matter that this is your twin soul. Sometimes twin souls don't come together. If one can't make it, the other won't make it either. And we need to make a conscious choice to be happy and disconnect and detach. That is when you get to the place where the twin souls come together. It only happens when you finally reach the stage where you are able to detach and recognize, you know what? I love me more than I love you. I thought that I was going to miss you more than life itself, but I realized I miss myself more. So many messages. So see, I learned a lot too. Even through all the pain, I've learned that I need to love myself more. And that's what Spirit wants us all to know. We need to learn to love ourselves first. We cannot hope to love another properly until we know how to love ourselves first. So review the people and the things that you find yourself being dependent upon, habitual dependency, and step back and analyze, where do I need to adjust things here? And then take your action steps. Start setting the boundaries, the appropriate boundaries. Ask for what you want and make decisions based on what your own internal authority tells you is best for you. Freaking love this. So the associations with the cat are independence, autonomy, curiosity, courage, unpredictability, perceptiveness, cleverness, resourcefulness, intuition, passion, sensuality, playfulness, adventurousness, stealth, charisma, and gracefulness. Is it any wonder that I love the cats? Not at all. I was looking for my two, but they're outside having the fresh air, which is where I need to go. All right, you guys, this is 1 minute, 13 seconds, and 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 13 seconds. So 13 is the number that's jumping out for us today. The Ascended Masters, who have been showing up all throughout this reading, are with you. They're helping you maintain a positive outlook. The number 13 signifies that a female Ascended Master and Goddess are assisting you stay positive. I like that, because you know who that is? That's Archangel Gabriel for me. Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Ariel, and you could call it, I guess, Lakshmi, because Lakshmi is the goddess of compassion, mercy, and forgiveness of self and others. She's just a symbol to me. But to me, I resonate with Gabriel. Gabriel is the Red Hawk. She is the messenger. So thank you, helping me deliver. Because I always pray before I start, and I ask the Father, please help me be a divine channel for your word, so that the words that come out of my mouth are easily understood and are able to help me connect and hear you accurately, so that I deliver your message appropriately. So thank you, Archangel Gabriel, my sister, for helping me, and our Father for using me in such a way. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I love you.